Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've talked or since I posted a video. I guess you could say maybe more months since the last time I spoke to you guys. I don't remember. It might have been less or it might have been more. But I wanted to talk about something really important. The reason for my absence is probably because I was busy. I actually was busy. And with that being said, I was actually in college. I think I mentioned before that I re-enrolled into college this year, and a lot has happened. And I really want to talk about my experience with furthering my education after high school, and what I really feel about it. My advice would be to, as you guys can probably tell in the title, to parents, single parents especially, what to expect and how to make this experience easier for you, since you're already being a full-time parent and probably working. But let's start off with a little bit of background. Well, in 2016, I graduated from high school, and as you guys can probably tell, my son is 6, I'm 22. Those years through high school were rough, but I was able to make it happen, and I kept my grades up. So I was able to get 2 scholarships to be able to get through the first year of college. My tuitions were paid, and I got nothing. I had nothing to worry about, basically. But I didn't take it to a full advantage, and I went through some difficult times, and due to those events, I actually flunked out through my first semester in college. I guess you could say I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for the responsibility, and I didn't know what I was going into. And I didn't know for what reason I was going to school for. At the time, I think I was studying to be a paramedic. I was going through my EMT clinicals, and I was going to retake a written test for my EMT certificate. But I guess my heart wasn't in it, and I did not follow through. And what actually killed that dream, I guess you could say, was human anatomy biology. I think that's the name. And I was like, sis, this ain't for you. No. You don't know what you're studying for. You lost focus the first 2 units of this course. And I didn't drop out. I was just so stubborn. I didn't drop out, and I failed the class. It was tough. I was like, I couldn't accept reality, and I couldn't accept that wasn't reason for my purpose to be in college. And I went to an advisor, and I asked to switch my major. And with that, they told me that I was probably going to need more education if I really wanted to do something else, which I was aware from the beginning that the current studies that I'm doing is general studies, but I hope to further it and do criminal justice maybe, or even something else, which is law. Who knows if I'll get there. Maybe I might. Maybe that's my true passion. But after flunking my first year, my academic year, 2016 through 2017, I lost all motivation. I was going through a tough time with some traumatic events that happened those 2 years, which I probably won't talk about. I don't know, I might go under fire for talking about it later in life. But I separated from my son's father in 2017, and I dedicated myself to taking care of Adrian. and I became a full-time worker. I got with a company that was very supportive, very humbling, and I was there for 2 years. But something this year told me that I was going to do something else. And I think I came to terms with I was not fit for this company, doing the same thing every day in a place that I don't like, that I don't love, that my heart isn't in it. As you can probably tell, I'm going to talk about my heart being in things. But I decided to leave. I was planning to leave the company back in August. No, much earlier than that. Probably back in June of this year, but I just didn't know how. And I guess at the time I was like, maybe I should go back to school. Throw a wild card in there, won't I? Me going back to school as a single parent? I don't know. But it was in the back of my head. Then my sister, my youngest sister, she's 16. She was asking me about the college that I went to before, the community college that I went to before, and I told her, it's a good college. You should check it out. And I think I ended up giving her a ride to check it out. We went into the admissions office, and she said that she was considering it, and I just decided to ask, hey, what if I come back? And they asked me, were you a student? I said yes. They looked up my information and everything. They're like, you should consider it. You have a few credits that you were able to do, and you should probably finish your associates. So I went to financial aid, and when I got to financial aid, they told me, you owe $900 and some. I was like, heck, I don't have that money. Maybe I'm not going back. But I felt guilty, and through the summer I saved up money and I paid off financial aid. I was like, well, I might as well consider going back now that I paid financial aid back. And I was gonna start saving for the classes in the fall. Well, summer was hard. We had a death in the family, and it made me think more about what my purpose was. And when I came back, it was out of the country. I came back into the country, and I went back to, the first thing I think I did, I went and made an appointment with an advisor. I told her my situation that was back in 2016, 2017, and she told me that situation you went through can be considered a personal issue, and you can appeal for financial aid, that they can probably grant you back all the full financial aid that you had from 2016, 2017 if the appeal goes through, and they will cover for your classes this year. That kind of motivated me, and I went through. I submitted an appeal. I had to write an essay, and my advisor signed off and pushed it. 2 weeks later, I got an email saying that I could go back to school. But basically, I got financial aid. I had a full ride all over again. I think I kind of broke down that day because I wasn't expecting all of that this year. I was not expecting anything to happen. And I think the world was on my side. A higher power was on my side. And I chose my classes. I prepared myself. But something needed to be done too. I was still working at the company that I was at before. And I was kind of devastated to leave because I made wonderful friendships there. And I looked up to people there, and people looked up to me because I was the youngest in the office. I was the baby of the office. But I resigned. I put in my 2 weeks, and I think I had like a couple weeks left to prepare myself for school. Um, Everything moves so fast that I didn't have time to breathe. I didn't have time to actually be mindful and think about what was happening. I knew I wasn't going to be a full-time student completely. Even though I was going to take 3 classes this time, I was going to take it easy on myself. I wasn't going to be putting everything on my plate and expecting me to get it done. So I took it easy. I took 3 classes. Books were paid, everything. Prepared myself for school. I was ready. But I was like, hello, you have a kid? You need to make sure he has food on the table, that you can pay your rent. So I got a job. I got a part-time job. And, well, I had a busy semester. One of the hardest, to be honest, because there was something I had to lose. There was something I was going to lose if I didn't put the effort this time around. And that was my financial aid. Life gives you many opportunities. The Lord gives you many opportunities. Now, you have to put in the work. I was in this new job, had to go through training. I was starting my education all over again. And my son started kindergarten. He didn't go to preschool, but he went right into kindergarten. There was a lot going on. I don't know how I got it done. I don't know how everything... I don't know. I don't know how I'm here still. I had a few panics throughout my semester. I didn't know if I was going to pass my classes. I was having a difficult time. But I didn't give up. And here's to say, I passed all my classes with an 85 and above. I still have it. I'm proud of myself. But here's the thing. It was quite a roller coaster. School isn't for everyone. We know that, right? But if you have a passion and you know it requires education, get it. You are capable of doing so many things in life. And coming from me, who I did a lot of things when I was young, not bad things. I kept away from bad situations besides my baby daddy. But I don't know where this whole video is gonna go to. I think I just had a story time. But I really hope that whatever I said touched someone's heart to believe in themselves and to trust the process. And I think the only bit of advice that I have is, one, try. At least try. Have a support system if you can create that. Don't be guilty. And to have some control. I want to start off with... my leg's falling asleep, sorry. I want to start with the first one, try. If you weren't able to get it done the first time, try again, right? I flunked basically through my academic year of 2016-2017, and I'm actually still paying for it, to be honest. That's going to reflect my financial aid for the next semester, and if they're even consider it. And that's something I have to fight for right now, because it stays on your record. But I'm trying. So try. If you think this time around you're ready, you're gonna prepare yourself properly, you're gonna do something, try to what did I say? Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty you're doing something for yourself. You've taken care of this little one. You put them first. You put your family first. You put your relationship first. Put yourself first too. Put yourself as a priority. And whether that be getting your health back, building a business, or in my case, going back to school. I don't feel guilty about going back to school because I know what the real purpose is. It's for my son. I want him to see that his mama went through school and did it. Even with him, I did it. So you can too. Put yourself first. Don't be guilty about it. 3, have a support system. 2016, 2017, I probably didn't have the strongest support system that I wanted. I'm not going to blame them for not being there for me, but I'm glad they're here for me now. My parents are actually supporting me this time around. They're being extra helpful, and thankfully to my parents, to my friends, for being there for me, I was able to get through my first semester. I don't think if I didn't have a support, I think I probably would have been able to do it, but I don't know. It would have been much more harder. But thankfully, having that support system helped. And lastly, prepare yourself. Have a routine, build a routine, carry an agenda. I need this guy. Everywhere I go, I carry it. This is the new one. So I've already jotted down a few things for the month of December. But I had an old one. I don't know where I put it. I didn't keep up to it too much. But I carry an agenda with me, and I even started to use my phone as an agenda too.
I'll start.
It's okay, puppy.
Okay.
He had a little tantrum earlier today. They're gonna be kids. They're always gonna be kids. But he's fine. Back to the agenda thing. I used an agenda through my first semester, and I think it helped me. If I think I would have been much more consistent with it, I would have been much better and less stressful, because little old me would do my assignments probably the day or two before it was due, and that didn't go well. But I'm glad I had something to look back on. Like, I knew when things were due at least, and I got them done. But I feel like if I was more consistent, more responsible, if I would have time managed better, and I would have less procrastinated, I think I would have set myself for success. Hello, it is I. Yes, this is me, real life, and even much worse because I'm sick. I wanted to finish the video, but I've recorded myself so many times, but nothing feels right. So hopefully this time around, I enjoy the product, and I'm pushing the video out there for you guys. But I ended off on my video before my battery died, and I got sick for a week. Adrian and I had strained of bronchitis and RSV, and we're finally getting over it. But I wanted to finish off the video with the last bit of advice that I have is I really hope this video helps someone, really helps that single parent who's struggling as well as I am to get their education and also balance the life that they have with their little one. I know it's hard. Personally, I went through so much as a young parent or as a young teenager, and I am now 22, and I am very happy to be going back to school. And I mean, the blessings aren't stopping. They keep coming. There's many doors and opportunities that I'm able to get, and I really hope that you guys can follow me through my journey. And like I mentioned, I took a few years off, but I'm finally back. I'm still considered like a freshman in college, but hopefully if everything goes how I plan it to be, I'll be able to transfer next year, 2021 spring. And that's gonna be a wild ride because the college that I want to go to, or the top two choices that I have, are about like 2 hours away. So it's gonna be something big. I plan to move, and I really want to capture those moments. So if you guys want to see this journey with Adrian and I hope you guys stick around. And everybody, happy 2020. Do what your heart desires. Please listen to it. And I know it's going to be hard. Everybody has a few stumbles through this path, and it's not, don't take it as such discouragement. Keep pushing through. You'll see that you'll be able to harvest the fruits of your hard work. So I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday. If it's Sunday out there, it is for us. Kids will go back to school tomorrow, so hopefully Adrian feels good enough to go back to school. And I have a appointment with my advisor, so I hope everybody has a great day. Feel better if you're sick too, and I'll talk to you guys soon.